Hi, I'm Solan Liu, the director of Digimango Smartware, the creator of Digimango XML ETL Suite. I would like to show you that this product is really a game changer in data integration in all industries. XML is the best data transportation format because it is hierarchical. An XML element can contain within itself all the information that is relevant to itself. For example, this order element contains within itself all the data that can describe this order, such as customer's address, product, and quantity ordered. In comparison, data in a relational database are stored separately. The orders are stored in the orders table, order items in the order items table, customers in the customers table, and products in the products table. Here comes the challenge. Can we make a generic and universal tool that can automate the transformation between any database structure and any XML data structure, no matter how different they are? Imagine you are an IT manager and you hired a senior programmer to do this transformation. All you need to tell him is, here is the database and the tables and columns, and here is the XML format. I want you to generate this XML from data in this database. That should be all that you're going to say. Are you going to say, please first create an order element, then insert a store attribute, then insert an order date attribute, then add a customer element under the order element, and so on? Obviously not, because the programmer will be able to figure it out all by himself. So why can't a tool be smart enough to be given nothing but the source data and the target data format and how the source data maps to the target, and figure out all the millions of micro steps all by itself? Digimango XML ETL Suite is the first product on the market that can do exactly this. So what is Digimango XML ETL Suite? It is made up of three core engines: the XML to DB engine, the DB to XML engine, and the X dataset engine. This X dataset engine is mainly used by programmers, so we are going to skip it for this demo. Because the engines are fully generic, we need to give it a mapping specification to tell it what to do for a particular ETL task. In the mapping specification, we tell the engine exactly what we tell the senior developer, which is what is the source data, what is the target data, and how the source maps to the target. The DB to XML engine would extract data from the source relational database and generate one or a number of XMLs. The XML to DB engine would upload such XMLs to the target relational database. Digimango XML ETL Suite is a one-stop shop for all XML needs in all industries. It can transform between any complex XML and any complex database, no matter how different the data structures are. It is a superior data integration platform that can move a web of related tables, such as customers, addresses, orders, vendors, products, etc., between databases with very different structures in a single transaction. It has multiple points of invention protected by our patents. So where can you use it? The first use case is B2B transactions. Your business partner sends you XML through the internet, and you use the XML to DB engine to upload it into your own database. Your business partner can either dump the file onto a server on your side, or the XML to DB engine can fetch the file through FTP or SFTP from your business partner. And when you need to generate XML and send it to your business partner, you use the DB to XML engine. And this engine can also dump the file remotely to your partner using FTP or SFTP. The second use case is data integration or migration. All current data integration platforms transport data on a table-by-table basis. For example, the most popular and comprehensive data integration platform is Microsoft SQL Server Integration Services, which are sometimes called SSIS. Because it can only transport one table at a time, in this example, you need to set up 4 separate data integration processes. And then, at the receiver's end, you need to reconnect these separated records together. Which order item belongs to which order, and which order belongs to which customer. But this complexity is by far not the worst. The source and target databases are often not static but constantly changing. When you need to transport a web of related tables across on a table-by-table basis on such dynamic systems, it is like a ferry transporting people across a channel. Let's say there are 100 families waiting on one side of the channel. On the ferry's first voyage, the captain says, "All husbands on board," so 100 husbands got on the ferry. When the ferry returns, the customer says, "All wives on board." Guess what? 103 wives got on the ferry. Why? Because while the ferry is on its first voyage, 3 more families have arrived. The extra 3 wives are not going to find their husbands on the other side of the channel. When this happens on the receiving database, it may throw ugly data integrity exceptions. Due to such complexities caused by transporting data table by table, many small, medium, and large organizations are simply put off by the complexities and risks. Now, this is how Digimango XML ETL Suite does data integration or migration. We use XML as the transportation medium, which naturally groups all related data attributes together. It is like the ferry, transporting whole families across the channel: the husband, the wife, the kids, the pets, the luggages, bicycles, cars, all together. This way, no matter what happens on either side of the channel, it does not matter. When the XML is uploaded into the target database, the XML to DB engine automatically reconnects the orders, order items, customer, and products together because it is able to observe the parent-child relationship naturally reflected in the XML. So why doesn't SSIS use XML as a transport medium? I can hear you ask. This is because before Digimango XML ETL Suite, there's no product which can fully automate the transformation between an arbitrary XML and an arbitrary database. Therefore, on the sender's end, user will have to cut code to generate the XML. And on the receiver's end, user has to cut code to upload the XML into the database. In other words, the solution is usually more difficult than the problem. If your source database and the target database are in the same intranet, you can use the integrator engine, which extracts data from multiple source databases and upload it onto the target database in one go. If the sender and the receiver are across the internet, then the data integration process will be broken down into two separate processes. In the first process, the DB to XML engine on the sender's end will extract data from the sender's database and generate XML. On the second process, the XML to DB engine at the receiver's end will upload the XML into the receiver's database. Now, both DB to XML engine and XML to DB engine has the capability to reach over internet using FTP or SFTP protocol. Therefore, you can either ask the DB to XML engine to dump file into the receiver's organization, or you can ask the XML to DB engine to reach over and fetch files from the sender's organization. The third use case is XML storage and query. Some organizations have in their possessions thousands or tens of thousands of XML files. They need to store them, query, and report on them. For this purpose, both SQL Server and Oracle have built-in XML types, which allows you to store a whole XML file or a section of the XML as a single column, and you use very strange query syntaxes to query the XML. Such syntaxes are not standard, they are proprietary and many times more difficult to remember than standard XML queries. And the query performance are not as fast as normal index tables and columns. Now, with Digimango XML Gateway, there's no need for such XML types and queries anymore. With the XML Gateway, you shred any complex XML documents into any normal tables and columns of your choice, index them any way you like, report on them with normal SQL queries. Then, when you need the XML, pull the XML documents out as if they had never been shredded. The Digimango XML ETL Suite are not just a suite of tools. The user interfaces and the console application are all thin wrappers. They do nothing but turning around and calling the API in the XML suite.dll. A programmer can write 3 lines of code to do any complicated XML operation, including all the above 3 use cases, or any other front-end, back-end, or web application. So why is it a game changer? First of all, it is very simple to learn and use. No programming skill is needed. No syntax to remember. A help desk who has no prior knowledge can understand the mapping specification in half an hour, and this has been proven by our customers. One day to self-teach the whole product. 4 hours to set up a hugely complex XML, which prints on 3 or 4 A3 pages in small fonts. Second, its completing feature. There's no XML in the world it can't handle. It has fine-grained control over error logging and notifications. It handles recursive XML with thousands of levels of recursion and multi-element recursive patterns. It can handle big data. In one single run, it can segregate large amounts of data into thousands or even hundreds of thousands of XML files by any criteria, by industry, by product category, by department, by salesman, or even by customer ID, and send them through one by one. It works in all environments. It is a .NET application, which can be installed on any Windows operating system, such as Windows 7, Windows 8, 32, or 64-bit. It talks to all databases indiscriminately, such as SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, DB2, Sybase, FoxPro, etc. It does not even know what type of database it is talking to. All it knows is that it is talking to an OLEDB or ODBC pipeline. It fetches and dumps files remotely through FTP or SFTP. Therefore, even if it is a Unix or Linux environment, all you need to do is to create a Windows virtual machine and install this product on it. Next, I would like to invite you to watch a demo and see how you can create a complex XML from a complex database in an hour's time. Before I created this product, I used to cut weeks of code to do the same thing. Thank you.